From the OUTV Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, California, this is Brief News Brief, a brief look at today's trending news topics, proudly combating the thought police since 2016. Here's your host, James Heaney.
I'm James Heaney, and this is your Brief News Briefing. It's official. North Korea is in the club. On Wednesday, North Korea fired another intercontinental ballistic missile. The missile traveled about 600 miles before splashing down in the Sea of Japan. Today, North Korea released numerous images of that missile and says it's capable of striking the whole mainland of the United States. They're celebrating, claiming to have achieved their goal of becoming a nuclear state. All right? Now, Michael Dutzman, a researcher at the Center for Non-Proliferation Studies in Monterey, California, tweeted soon after these photos were published. He said, "This missile is very big, and I don't mean big for North Korea. I mean only a few countries can produce missiles of this size." So he says North Korea did join the club. But here's the thing. And I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I don't have enough facts, because sometimes you need to have something to judge size in comparison, all right? That picture could just be really up close of a teeny tiny rocket. For instance, what if I had a skull of a demon? From this distance, it doesn't look that threatening. But when you see it nice and close, the demon's everywhere! Tillerson's out. Pompeo is in. Remember earlier this year when Rex Tillerson called Donald Trump a moron, publicly. In fact, I believe it was an effing moron, right? And then he had the audacity not to even deny it. Who wouldn't deny it? It doesn't matter what you said in this world. You can always say, well, probably wasn't my voice. I probably didn't say that. But nonetheless, that was pretty crazy. I remember being really happy with him. I tried to high-five him, but he didn't even respond to me from my television screen. Well, that was the real deal breaker, and now the fallout is finally falling out. Trump criticized Tillerson for trying to, use diplomacy for North Korea. What a waste of time, Trump said. Tillerson's departure would mark the shortest stint of a Secretary of State in 120 years. John Kelly described Tillerson as a wounded figure who may no longer be able to be as effective as the president needs his secretary to be. Bad news for blossoming teenagers. It turns out mommy and daddy don't love you this much. Mommy and daddy love you this much. In a recent study from The Economist, parents are spending twice as much time with their kids as they did 50 years ago, which more than likely means they're spending less time in the bedroom and more time at the carnival and matching shirts with hilarious slogans like "Best family ever" after we've had our coffee. Whatever happened to the days when my dad used to be like, "Go get a job and leave me alone"? I suppose it's not an awful thing for your parents to love you. It's just that we're supposed to have an awkward teen phase where we hate our parents and inexplicably listen to Fall Out Boy. We were never supposed to be back by curfew, and I mean never smile at a family portrait. For shame, teenagers these days. If doing every little thing possible to get the hell away from our parents actually brought us all closer together, then what was the point of me dyeing my mustache black back then? 2 San Diego American tourists were arrested in Thailand this week for baring their rear ends at a Bangkok Buddhist temple and posting the pictures on Instagram. This is crazy. I mean, I don't know what's more embarrassing anymore, when our president travels abroad and says dumb stuff, or when American citizens travel abroad and do their thing. Come on, people. If you're going to travel when you're out of the United States, have a little bit more respect. Treat it as if you're going to your grandma's house for Thanksgiving. Be on your best behavior so that we're not embarrassed, okay? Well, these guys were in their 30s, and they're minor Instagram celebrities with about 14,000 followers. Their account is called Traveling Butts, which has since been deleted. I'm not sure those butts will be traveling anywhere anymore. They could theoretically spend up to 7 years in prison. Thailand's a predominantly Buddhist nation run by a military government that took power in a 2014 coup. Authorities are highly sensitive about religious matters. Strict lèse-majesté. Now, I don't know if I pronounced that right, but we get the point. Strict lèse-majesté laws prohibit even open discussion of the country's monarchy. In 2015, a man earned a 37-year jail term for posting a joke about the king's dog online. That's insane. The UK is pissed at Donald Trump. Why? Well, because he did his signature move of tweeting or retweeting or just generally using Twitter as a form of communicating with the world. He retweeted a propaganda video posted by a far right British group yesterday. This group is so far right. It can tap the back shoulder of somebody that's on the left in Britain, okay? It's a fight between two Dutch underage boys. This video had these boys fighting. One of the boys had dark hair and darker skin, and one boy had blonde hair and lighter skin. This incident occurred last year, and the dispute was completely resolved and the video was taken down, okay? But it was dug up again by this far-right UK group, along with some splash news saying that it was a Muslim kid attacking a Christian kid. Let the race war begin! Boom, 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 boom. This is absolutely bizarro, right? No. This is pretty much expected. This is the way Trump rolls. Now, there's a serious discussion happening with America's greatest ally as to whether Trump should even be allowed to take his upcoming overseas visit to Britain. And what I have to say with that is, come on, guys, let him go. Let him go to Britain. Just let him get out of the country for a little bit. We need some breathing room over here because things are getting totes gray in our own country.